Low blow.
They call her Pocahontas.
Why would the president call Elizabeth Warren that to a room full of Native Americans? And why that's not the only cringy moment from the ceremony. Kelly Clarkson reveals her battle plan for fighting back against sexual harassment and online bullies. And first baby gets a shower. Second one gets a sprinkle. And we're throwing one for Sarah today. Let's get this party started with Whoopi, Sarah Haynes, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Meghan McCain. Now, let's get things started.
Baby love, my baby love, been missing you, miss kissing you. Instead of breaking up, let's do some kissing and making up. Don't throw our love away. Baby, don't you stay? Need you, need you.
Hello, and welcome to the video. Welcome to the view. All of y'all. Well, that was the Supremes classic, Baby Love. In case you didn't notice, Sarah's second... Her second baby's on the way soon, and so we're throwing her what they're sweetly calling a baby sprinkle. And to help us celebrate, of course, we've packed the audience full of moms-to-be.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of surprises planned later, so don't move.
We could have a baby at any moment.
I know, a baby could be born here. I will tell you that I can help. Also, I'm going to mention that Diana Ross is going to be here on Thursday.
Is she pregnant? Oh, sorry.
Do we, and are there, like, we have, like, doctors and stuff in case somebody's water breaks? Okay, great. That's good enough. That's good. Yeah.
I wasn't due the day they were here.
Is anyone due today?
Oh.
Right up here.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Congratulations.
Introducing at 3 o'clock.
Oh, my God. Wow.
3 o'clock today, Staten Island.
Well, thanks for coming.
Know your friends. Make eye contact right now with the nurse.
That's right. Well, so I asked that question because I know when people see lots of pregnant women in an audience, the question always that I hear people say is, oh, I hope they have somebody there in case somebody has a baby. So I figured I should ask.
Yeah.
So it's good to know where you're sitting.
Exactly.
And I can assist you. But
I can't do anything to help.
well, I mean, it's kind of amazing what happens because it happens kind of quickly, and you just have to sort of be there to help, and it's noisy. You know,
And
it's
they come when
noisy.
they come.
And if they decide to come, and you just got to kind of be like, okay, better, let's go, better. And you get this wonderful baby. And I hate even to compare, but I must. Speaking of babies, the big baby in the White House spoke at a ceremony.
It's quite the
Good
segue.
segue.
Thank you. I do work on them. He was at a ceremony that was supposed to have honored Native Americans, but you know, he just can't help himself. Take a look.
You're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here. Although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas.
He thinks it's funny. He thinks he's funny. He's got an adolescent sense of humor.
But why would he think that was the crowd to try to share the nickname Pocahontas.
And they don't call him anything. He's the only one that uses that term.
That's not true. A lot of Republicans do. That is not true. A lot of Republicans call her that.
Yeah, he started it.
I mean, she lied about being Native American, and she got herself into...
She said her family, and I have to say, you know, many black people are told, yes, you part Native American, too. So maybe, I figure white people get it, family lore.
She said, quote, these are my family stories. This is what my brothers and I were told by my mom and dad, my mama and papa. This is our lives. I'm very proud of it. She listed herself as a minority to get into law school at Harvard, for the record, and Cherokee groups have demanded documentation of her ancestry. Genealogists haven't been able to find it. She did lie.
I have 3 words for her. Yeah. Ancestry.com.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I agree with you, Whoopi. You know, on my father's side of the family, everyone always talked about my great-grandmother, Lily, who was Cherokee. But when I did my Ancestry.com, I was 7% Native American. I don't know if it comes from my Puerto Rican side or my African-American side, but we have always had that in our family, that lore. And so I don't want to just completely disbelieve Senator Warren when she says, this is what I was told in my family. I mean, that's a lot of people have done that.
Groups have demanded documentation, and she hasn't been able to.
That's okay, but I think you can't discount that was what she was told. If she says that's what her folks told her.
Regardless of the truth of it, to refer to someone by
though, is an entirely different thing than telling stories to your family. You're benefiting by getting into Harvard Law School, so that is where this controversy...
She said that she didn't put it on her application.
She listed it as a minority. I mean,
but beyond that point about who's right, to refer to someone as a historical figure like Pocahontas...
It was listed in the directory.
Or a Disney character, whichever way you know her.
Right.
It's the insult is on Pocahontas and like the people, the Native Americans.
Well, you know, I thought about it, and I asked them, we were talking about this, because it becomes a slur when you, for example, if you say a guy who's Italian is a real Guido, that's an insult. If you say a Jew is a Jaime, Jackie, what's his name?
I've never heard that one.
Reggie Jackson. Not Reggie Jackson. No. What's his name? Jackson.
Well,
Jesse Jackson.
Okay.
Jesse Jackson famously called New Yorkers a New York Jaime town, meaning there are a lot of Jews. So that's why Pocahontas becomes a slur.
Yeah.
Because
the Native Americans that were there said it was a slur.
Is that these are Native American code talkers from the Navajo Nation in Arizona who gave a great
in the war.
It's a fascinating story actually about what they did for us in World War II, and I do think that they deserve the respect.
Well, he
not to be politicized, not to be politicized in that setting. Also, the optics of having Andrew Jackson. This administration continues to get in its own way with the optics of things that they're advancing.
That was troubling to me that this all took place in the Oval Office with the portrait of Andrew Jackson on the wall, and Andrew Jackson is known, for
he was called
being racist,
the Indian killer, because he moved people. He moved the Native Americans onto the
Indian Removal Act.
The Trail of Tears. I mean, but just that, why would you think that this would be smart? Why would you think that Native Americans would think that you, as the white guy, why would that be amusing to them?
He doesn't care about the Native Americans. He only cares about his base.
He thinks it's
and when he makes a joke, Pocahontas,
he
or when he goes Puerto Rico, he's talking to his base. He doesn't care about anybody else.
Well, here's the thing,
I think this was a mistake, though. I think it was a gaffe. I think it was.
Everything
it was
comes out of his mouth is a gaffe.
He thought it was funny, but the thing is, you're just turning back very quickly to Andrew Jackson. You know, he chose to have that portrait in his Oval Office. And I think he understands visuals extremely well.
Yes, he does.
And I think, when you look at these white nationalist blogs, they laud Andrew Jackson. And I think it's dog whistle. I think he is speaking to his base by putting that photo up.
So we should have an ex-president's photo up in the Oval Office.
Well, but that president, he chose that president in particular.
Well,
why not Kennedy? Why not Lincoln? He chose it, and Steve Bannon
they all
also
have issues, every one of them.
Again, if you want, as Joy just said, if you want to go down the roster, there's issues with every single president, starting with Bill Clinton, going back up.
This one is specific.
Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just think it's important to know that when you have a Native American veterans who did a lot to help us win World War II, standing in front of a portrait of Andrew Jackson, that's when I have a problem with him hanging it in the Oval Office. Period. I do not.
So how do the Republicans feel about the fact that goes against the military? I mean, the Republicans...
Well, you want to talk about going against the military? A couple of weeks back, we just got we found the remains, the rest of the remains from that insane
David John.
craziness that happened over in Niger, right?
Oh, yeah.
How come he's not talking about going and kicking Niger's butt? Because he's always saying, we're going to come and you messing with our people, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
You haven't said boo about this. And how come you haven't mentioned, hey, we finally got the rest of one of our people back?
Yeah.
Why haven't you done anything about that? Why haven't you said anything?
Why do you think?
I don't know.
Because the guy's black, right?
I don't know. But if you're going to be the guy that says, you know, I'm making America great and I'm going to take care of my country, and you don't have the cojones to say, hey, Niger, we're going to come over and take a look at what you're doing because you messed up.
But it's on his watch, and Benghazi was not.
Yeah. We'll be back with more Hot Topics.
That's it.
So, someone at the table had some big news.
Did you do anything special?
Yeah, I got married. I pulled Clay Aiken out of retirement to sing and got my dad to cry because he sang a beautiful song for us and had a great time dancing.
Yeah, let the wedding bells ring on The View. Kelly Clarkson hits the table, and the second-born may just get a baby sprinkle, but we're showering Sarah with must-have mom stuff to celebrate.
So I have to make a clarification. I'm making a clarification here. A Harvard Law School professor and former official in the Reagan administration said that any suggestion that Elizabeth Warren enjoyed an affirmative action advantage in her hiring as a full professor is false and complete nonsense. Harvard law professor Charles Fried, who served as U.S. Solicitor General under President Reagan, said Warren was recruited to be a tenured professor because she was preeminent in the field of bankruptcy and commercial law. This is vetted through WCBV. It's an ABC affiliate.
See?
So this is
another lie that's been perpetrated against the woman.
Well, but when we get them, we fix them. We say this is turns out not to be. Yeah. But there is a fever. There's a royal wedding fever. It's happening right now. Yep. It's making me very hot. But Harry and Meghan. Not this Meghan. She got married to someone else. No. Sorry, Harry. Barely got their engagement announcement out of their mouths before getting hit with the inevitable follow-up. Take a look.
Children?
Not currently, no. No, of course, you know, I think, you know, one step at a time, and hopefully we'll start a family in the near future.
Is this a, I mean, did you say someone asked you a similar question?
Like 20 minutes after I got married. Yeah, one of our friends was like, so when are you having babies? I was like, not tonight. I'm drinking.
As if you have to be married to have children. Look at this audience.
It's just so exciting to see them. They seem so in love. It's a royal, you know, wedding, a royal baby. She's 36, he's 33, so they're not in their 20s. They're a little bit older. Yeah, right?
I am
so
one.
She's post 35, and we know that there's sometimes fertility problems, so I think it's kind of normal to say, hey, when's the royal baby coming?
Well, they haven't gotten married yet.
Yeah,
You got to get married
in the moment. Like,
Let them mind their own business.
Well, why do they jump into these kind of crazy conclusions? Yeah, let me have the rest of it. To royal heirs, I mean, isn't it going to be interesting to see what baby looks like when baby arrives?
Baby will be tan.
Baby will have a bit of tan because, you know, biracial folks sometimes can throw out somebody as dark as me or as light as Meghan, and, you know, what will the Brits say? Be like, hey, this baby's a shh.
I think it's
tell the queen.
I think it's kind of wonderful. I mean, I do. I do. I studied in London.
She thinks everything's wonderful about them. The
I love
couple is in
them.
love. This is wonderful.
No, I think it's kind of wonderful because I think the race problem that we have here in the United States is peculiar and specific to the United States. I think because
That's
of the
not true at
history.
all.
Well, I think so.
I think it's lately I've seen how segregated
but
it
I
is
think
there.
we have a history history here of slavery, and so I think it's...
So did they.
But our history, if I may complete my thought,
Go ahead.
I think our history is unique in that sense. And so I think the Brits, while they have had their issues as well...
They were colonialists.
Yeah, but this is going to be an interesting and wonderful thing for them, because now I think it will change race relations there as well.
I don't agree with you. I mean, look at this country. We had Obama for 8 years, and all it did was exacerbate racism.
Now, he was considered the first black president. I noticed that everybody calls her she will be the first biracial princess. Why do you think that is?
That's how she refers to herself.
But she is biracial. He's biracial. He's biracial.
She's also American and divorced, and I believe it was King Edward had to abdicate the throne because he fell in love with an American divorcee. So that just shows how far we've come.
Something on that? There's a great documentary on Netflix about King Edward, who apparently they say he abdicated because he was marrying a divorced woman. The truth of it, according to this documentary,
tell us more, Joy,
is that he was totally collaborating with the Nazis, and that the British and that the Brits, Churchill and the rest of them, were like, get him out. And nothing to...
There are many,
That's
many
the real story.
fingers pointing.
You love those documentaries.
Well, that's
she only watches the BBC.
We're going. We'll be right back.
Cyber Monday just got extended to Tuesday. We partner with vendors for insane online deals and free shipping. So get to viewyourdeal.com now.
They normally wouldn't be paying you. Hey, welcome back. So, we love John McCain.
Thank you.
We do. He sat down for an interview with Esquire, and he would like Hillary Clinton to hush. Because he says he felt it was a mistake for her to write a book so soon after she lost, and that he learned after his loss the hardest thing to do is just shut up. Now, is he right?
With all due respect to your father, and whom I like very much, I think he's wrong. I think a woman's place is in the resistance. The woman won the election.
When we talked to her, I learned a lot from that book, and I know it was probably super cathartic for her to write, and she talked about dealing with it. What I think I could get on board with is if she wrote it, got it out, but then maybe waited to release it so it becomes more historical, because I think the optics of looking at someone that's lost, whether you agree with them, and I voted for her or not, it looks bad when you did not win, and you're already out of the gates talking.
She did win.
But you know, we asked her about that when
she did win.
She won the popular vote.
She won the popular vote. But we don't elect presidents of America with the popular vote.
I get that, but the numbers are still there.
Does that make you feel good at night? Like, when you're so angry about Trump, does that make you feel better? Because if I were you, it would not make me feel better.
It doesn't.
The electoral college
makes me feel better.
matter. I mean, the electoral college you live and die by, and I will say, losing the presidency is a unique experience.
I know what civics make.
Oh, because you've experienced running for president. You know what it feels like on election night, Joy.
Listen, I was hit.
She wore a black veil.
I had a black veil on the night that
why are you pointing to me?
I'm talking for that. I'm telling the audience, calm down.
What my father is saying is the personal experience.
Which is a hot today.
No, I think her point is a valid one, because you were up close and personal when your father didn't win the election.
And I've been there on election nights for other candidates who haven't won, and it's deeply sad. And I think when on our election night, we prayed, and then my father told me to buck up. We're the most blessed people in the world. And then he didn't complain about it. And we as a family recognized President Obama as the phenomenon that he was. And whether or not you like it, President Trump is a populist phenomenon in a completely different way. And I think if I were you and I'm part of the resistance, I would look forward to new leadership. Because
I am.
And who?
I just want to say very quickly, I feel better that she won the popular vote, because that tells me that the majority of Americans understand that racism is wrong, that the otherism is wrong, and that a woman can lead.
Thank you.
So it makes me feel more comfortable.
Right. It makes me feel better about the
2020. Honey.
Bye, y'all. We'll be right back.
Here comes Kelly Clarkson right after this.
Is starting a brand new chapter in her music career with her new album, Meaning of Life. and also wrote the next chapter in her children's book series, River Rose and the Magical Christmas. Please welcome the fabulous Kelly Clarkson. That you catch a little bit of hell from people now when you tweet. You're tweeting about all kinds of stuff. But you've always tweeted about everything. Why are people suddenly saying, you know, hey, why are you doing this? Why are they criticizing?
You know what I find the most interesting is I think there's such an opportunity, like in social media, like there's such an opportunity within it to have discussions. Like, and, you know, I'm an American citizen, so I have 4 children. I have to explain a lot of things daily with the news. So, you know, it's like one of those things where I feel like, and that's why I always try and respond as a positive human would. I always try and be like, look, it's cool we don't agree, but like at the end of the day, you're not going to get anywhere just being hateful. Like, you know, so just like, just say what you, say how you feel, I'll say how I feel, and like we can find common ground, I'm sure of it. So,
well, the operative word is, I am an American citizen.
I know, it's so silly, right? When they say the whole celebrity thing, like you shouldn't. And I literally, when I voted this year, I had a woman in line with me, and we were, you know, going down the line, just talking about kids and stuff. And then right before we went in to vote, you're not allowed to talk, you know. And she asked me, she goes, so what is your take on, like, celebrities having an opinion about anything?
She said that.
I was like, wow, we had so much in common for like 2 hours. And then it just like, I was like, what? I was like, well, I feel like I'm a human and I'm an American citizen, so I should, right? Like, what? I was like...
well, you know, Hillary Clinton gave you a shout-out in her book.
In her book? I was like, okay.
And she said, this is what she wrote. She said, that which does not kill us makes us stronger, which is Friedrich Nietzsche's statement. She said,
philosophers.
But she quoted Friedrich Nietzsche and Kelly Clarkson. So...
I remember reading that. It was like, oh, Kelly.
Well, I thought it was cool too, because you know, like, all the flack, like, regardless if you like her, if you don't, if you voted for her, didn't, whatever, but it's just all the flack. There's a lot of pressure when you're in the public eye, regardless if you're in politics, you're a celebrity, whatever it is. And I thought it was lighthearted to start a book off like that. I thought it was like, you know, some famous philosopher and then being like, and also Kelly Clarkson. So it shows a little humor, and I thought it was cool. Yeah.
Well, you have been in the public eye since you were 19. I just realized. And we talk a lot about Harvey Weinstein and a lot of women that have been coming forward now and standing up to these men. You've been standing up to strong men in your career since you were 19. What advice do you have to young girls that may be struggling?
You know what? I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. I say open discussion. I say, okay, if you feel comfortable saying that to me, I'm just going to feel comfortable saying it, what you said. Like, so I think that's why a lot of people, like, you know, behind closed doors, I don't think people thought that I was ever going to say anything. And they thought they were going to get away with it. I've never been in a situation like the Weinstein thing, but I just mean, like, in a sexist way or a belittling way because I'm young and just demeaning, you know. And I think I'll call it out. Like, if somebody asks me a question, I'm not going to lie for you. I'm not going to guise it for you. Like, I think that's the best thing to do, is not like you're attacking someone, just telling your honest story. And I don't know, I think that we have to respect that and validate that, like, whatever that is for each individual.
And tell your own truth when you're just starting out. Then.
You have to tell your truth. You have to be honest, or you're not going to. I have a lot of friends that unfortunately had horrific things happen in their childhood, and it damaged them for quite a long time because they felt like they couldn't say anything. And I don't think people realize the weight and the gravity that takes on a person, and how to handle it. So you have to be honest about it for you to heal, you know. So
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. You have your new 8th studio album coming out called Meaning of Life. Amazing. If I don't sit here and thank you for the women of the world, every bad breakup I've ever gone through, it's only your music on repeat. But tell me about this new album and this new chapter in your life.
You know, actually, the last time I was here, I was telling you, I was like, it's going to be more soulful. It's definitely more soulful pop vibe, but I think it's really what people thought was going to happen whenever I was on Idol. Like, all I did was sing Aretha Franklin or, like, you know, that kind of old school soulful pop. And I wanted to make a record that was 2017 version of that. You know, I didn't want a time capsule sound, but I wanted something contemporary that had that vibe. Because those are the singers that made me want to be a singer. And I felt like I waited long enough to make the album, be able to make it. So I'm super proud of it, and I'm so glad that, like, everyone's digging it, because there's nothing worse than, like, you loving something so much, never to being like, meh, meh.
Kelly, you have 2 young kids, 3-year-old River, who we're going to talk about in a minute, but also 1-year-old Remy.
Yes, and we have 10 and 16-year-old as well.
And as well.
Yes.
And we were talking about, I'm pregnant right now, and you've been so honest.
I'm so sorry.
I know.
I'm having like PTSD right now, like looking at you.
I love that you've been so honest about it, because I talk often about how, you know, you recognize it's a blessing and a gift. It's not that.
Totally.
It's just that it's really it's not
a pain in the butt.
It's a pain in the butt.
Well, and like everyone's different. Everyone's bodies are different. Like my sister,
my mom floated through 4 kids, and she.
My sister, you know, she handled pregnancies great. Like, she always said, if you ever want to have another kid, I'll be here. We have 4, so we're solid. We're a band. But like, I would never ever do it again. I honestly blamed myself the second time, because I was like, you knew. You
forget though.
You did this
You
to
forget
yourself.
when you're pregnant.
And I love them. I don't want that to come off wrong, because I know a lot of people have troubles having children, so I never want to come off as I'm not ungrateful for it, but it's just my body does not like being I'm not meant to be pregnant.
I understand.
You know?
It's not easy.
It's horrible.
It's not easy. And you know, after you have the baby, you forget about everything that happened during the pregnancy.
You were right.
I didn't forget. I didn't forget. It was what happened is people said, there's no way it can be like that again. And they were all wrong.
Now, you've written a new children's book called River Rose and the Magical Christmas.
Yes.
And this is when your little girl comes into the story.
Yes.
Now, this is the second book in your series about your daughter. What does she think about having a series about her? Because I heard she's quite a little handful.
She is such a handful. She's great. She's like a little unicorn. She's awesome. But then it's just like, I mean, if you have kids, it's like, they're so sweet, and then you're like, they're just like out of nowhere. Like, you're like, and then it's like, they just get so manipulative at 3. It's so scary. The foreshadowing is disheartening. But yeah, I'm just really scared about it. But she is really great, and she's fun, and she's really smart.
She's a star.
And she's a little, I'm scared, Whoopi.
You should be.
I am, I know.
You should be.
She literally saw her book somewhere. We were at like Wee Day in Canada, and she was like, she saw somebody with it, they wanted me to sign it. She was like, why do you have my book? Like, she felt like it was just hers, like there were no more.
Yeah, you know, look, you can come back here anytime.
We love
I
you,
love
Kelly.
coming. I like coming.
Thank you, baby. Thanks to Kelly Clarkson. Members of our audience, first of all, you're going home with the new album.
Yeah.
But because you're really nice, you're also getting the kids' book. River Rose and the Magical Christmas. We will be right back.
Oh, baby! We're celebrating Sarah's second bundle of joy with a baby sprinkle that's full of surprises next. Oh, and trust us, you're going to want to hang with the one and only Diana Ross.
There you go, right?
This week on The View.
Moms-to-be for my sprinkle, celebrating baby number 2. And here to show off the must-haves for the new moms on your Christmas list this year, please welcome lifestyle expert, mother of 2, Greta Monahan.
I love that we're here celebrating you.
You're the perfect person for this. You just had a baby.
And all these moms.
A lot of belly in this room. A lot of belly.
I love it. Woo, this is fun.
So these are my top 6 things that I absolutely love that I had to share with you guys and with you because you're going to love it. First one is Minted.
I love Minted.
Okay, so Minted sources unique designs from its online community of international artists, which is incredible because now you can get birth announcements, nursery decor, gifts that are so spectacular. spectacular and unique. Let me show you what we got you. This is your first one. Look at your collage.
So beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
I was just telling Greta we just got those done and wanted to frame them. This is perfect.
And you can incorporate pictures of Alec, and then they put it together. It's so beautiful.
And they also promote local artists.
Yes,
too.
they do. They promote
They do a
global,
lot of
which
it,
is
yeah.
so near and far. So, well, you tell me. I mean, I think it would be nice.
I really wish we could give the others something. I feel like I'm...
Don't you worry. Minted has us covered. Thanks to Minted, everyone is going home with a $200 gift voucher. Woo! I knew you'd be so excited. Oh, wait, right here. Right up. It's a party. It's a party. Look at who's here. You guys, this is Ashley and baby Harvey. And our next little guy that I have to do besides him, he's like, I know, shh, everyone wants quiet. He doesn't care, though. He's a party baby.
He's a really easy baby.
Ergo Baby is an incredible award-winning carrier. So you did have that with Alec? So for me, my first one, you guys, I didn't wear them. I didn't even wear a carrier, really. But the second one with Kai and having two, I love the hands-free. And the thing about Ergo Baby that's so amazing is it really protects your back. Like it's easy to put on. You're not fiddling around. You're not.
You can put them on the back, the side.
Yeah, they go on the back, the side, everywhere. So this is an incredible piece.
I don't
and I knew
feel
you'd love
it in
this,
my
Sarah.
shoulders so
I was
much.
going to ask you. So, and they do ergonomic baby carriers. That's their thing. But this is like the Rolls Royce of baby carriers.
But all these people are going to need one.
I know. So thanks to Ergo Baby, this must-have carrier is valued at $145, and you're all getting one. Look.
The baby is not included in the deal.
No.
You will have to have your own baby. This one is not part of the deal.
Okay, I've got it ta-da for you. Thank you, Ashley and Harvey. Check it out. Okay.
Greta, you cook.
I did not, and I'm a terrible cook.
I am too.
But that's why you need Beaba.
Yes.
So Beaba is an innovative cooker and blender, you guys. So what's cool about this, Sarah, is you can put everything in this. Cook, puree,
pureeing is
steam,
key.
but all within 15 minutes. That's what's key. 15 minutes.
So it's a fast
you
one.
can even put raw chicken in this. It's amazing.
Oh,
you can't live without it. And because it's a party, you're all getting one thanks to Beaba. Baby Cook is valued at $119.95, and you're taking it home.
Okay,
Don't trip. Don't do it. Lamaze. I know everybody loves baby toys.
These were Alex's favorite because they crunch.
I'm obsessed with these. So is Rio.
are so
when I
good.
came back, I was like, what am I going to get? These Lamaze is a company that knows babies. We know they're expert. These are supported by baby experts. They love them, development experts, because they're designed to spark that interest and
colors
engage
they
the
see,
baby
the black and
and
white,
the parents,
everything,
which is incredible. And we all know we want to pack things and keep them quiet. These go in, they're easy and lightweight and packable. Baby Rio. So everybody is getting Lamaze toys. You're all going home with a $100 gift voucher.
That's amazing.
It's a party.
Hi,
Come and meet my baby. I know.
Little Rio.
So this is Rio, everybody. Hi, buddy. He's 5 months.
I noticed
and I
his
won't
nice
say,
wheels.
Well, this is the deal, because I think next to having the baby, the second biggest decision we make is what type of stroller. So I'm obsessed with the Kiko stroller. This is the 6-in-1 urban stroller.
Okay.
It's stylish, it's modular, but honestly, you guys, this is just so easy that even Kai can put it together.
This is
And I've got
great.
another little fun surprise for you. That's not all. We've got the baby seat, the infant seat, which is the fit to leave. This actually clicks in, so easy, and also keeps your baby rear-facing for longer. How are you? He looks pretty comfy, right?
He looks totally
And guess what? This is a huge gift.
Yeah.
Huge gift. And thanks to Kiko's, this stroller and car seat that's valued at $699.98. You're all going home. Look at that. You made everyone so happy.
I want to scare him.
I know you don't. You're like, oh, let's go out here with them. Let's bring them out. Get over there. Oh, right over here. So, he's okay. He's fine. He's looking at all of them. So Rio and I and everybody here have one more big surprise for you.
Wait,
Thank you So we brought out, this is the radio flyer, you guys. It's incredible. This is, it fits too comfortably. That's what makes it so amazing. You can see it. And the best part, it folds up for travel, which is so incredible. So little Alex can get in, I know. And I just love this. This is the best gift, so easy. And I got to tell you guys at home, you can use a discount code to the View, which is the View, to get 15% off and free shipping on Radio Flyer's website. And hi, baby. And you are all going home in the audience. Thanks to Radio Flyer, valued at $119.99. It was so exciting. This is my husband, Max, and my baby, Alex. I know.
Are you excited or scared? Can you clap? Oh, a big thank you to Greta Monahan. We're not done with the giveaways yet because 3 of you at home will win all of these products. So visit our Facebook page by midnight Eastern tomorrow to enter for your chance to win Moms to Be. You guys, isn't this pretty great?
I mean,
Might have scared my child, but we will be right back. Can you wave? Can you blow kisses? I want to raise a glass of sparkling cider to all the moms to be who loved their baby bellies here today, especially the woman who's due. She's actually due. I also absolutely, my favorite thing in the world is sugar cookies, frosted sugar cookies. So I want to thank Sugar Kiss Bake Shop in Brooklyn for making these incredible cookies for my sprinkle.
Those are nice.
And she even added Trixie in there. See?
Oh.
Did you see that?
I did see that, yeah.
Sweet little baby. So thank you, Gabriella.
So, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a great day. Take a little time to enjoy the view.
If you are told you have a heart condition, the first thing you should do